Welcome back to Tennis Manager episode 34. Into the new year, we're going to be pushing pretty quickly through things here for a while. And our goal continues to be hit your 20 tournament mark so we can get the maximum payout, but otherwise develop the players as much as possible. And then, of course, a little bit partway through the season, we'll start seeing if we're hitting those goals. One player that's going to be really important this year is Manicella. To my knowledge, he's the only one with an expiring contract, and that might be something worth checking. So getting in, we have 2 seasons left for Uni, 312. Okay, so Tanaway is expiring this year as well as Manicella. Nas, Mataras, Igna all have next year before they expire. So Tanaway and Manicella both need to get our attention this year. Now, in the case of Manicella, we are not going to put him in the seniors at all this year. We're going to keep him in the juniors and try to keep him successful as much as possible there. So extending his contract shouldn't be terribly difficult, I would think. Multiple years. In fact, we might even try to extend early. Let's see where we're at. He's not terribly happy right now. He's currently keeping him as a promising player is going to make him less. No, it didn't hurt. Okay. Let's see if we can add 3 years. Okay, that made him a slightly less happy, but hello. And he's going to be happy with keeping it at 50. Well, we need to get this up to get him to sign, but we have a lot of time to do it later if it doesn't work. But, I mean, look how little this is. Oh, this is easy. This is easy because we could also do that and that. And eventually he's going to make us some money. So we'll bump this all the way up to 5K. That's a lot of bonuses and only 2 ticks here. I feel like I could push this further. I can push it further and get him to sign instantly. The bonus made it super easy. There you go. Manicella. Done deal. As for Tanaway, let's wait a little bit. Maybe, just maybe, there's going to be a upcoming talent that I would rather sign. Tanaway does not seem to be progressing. Let's give her a chance to see if she does. And let's give the Academy a chance to see if there's a replacement in order. All right, Nos, move it up. 200 level tournaments now, and he's a 2 seed. But he's still lacking form. That is his problem. 6-3, 7-5 in the first round at least. Everybody else won their first round matches as well. Everybody on the team is playing this week. Manicella, the first to lose. 200. He's in the same tournament. What do you mean negotiations have failed? That was a 100% instant agreement. They're not at the same tournament, by the way. Balanced match. Close victory for Nas into the 3rd round. Igna and Tanaway out in second rounds. 2,100 for Tanaway. 8 seed at the quarters. Tough match. And out. Nos just can't catch a break. Uni out in the round of 32 of a Grand Slam. So she did get through a couple rounds. Mataras wins his semifinal. So Mataras has a chance to win a tournament. We'll go back and check on Uni's performance. That's a finals loss for that 2nd tier tournament for Mataras. So not the greatest week from us, but I think a fairly good one. 37,000 for Uni's round of 32 appearance in the Australian Open. She is the 13 seed. She almost lost in the first round to Mboko, who we just played recently, but she did come back to win that one in a very close fashion, right? 2 very close tiebreakers. Lost one of them, won one of them. But then, round of 32. That was the 3rd round, though. So the first round, comfortable. First round was comfortable against Gibson. Grinkovic, who knocked us off in what was a really close first set and then not in the second. It could have potentially been us versus Goff again, but Goff lost too. We both lost in that round of 32. And it was Balik, who we also played in that last 1K tournament on our way towards victory. Interesting training update. Mataras, backhand consistency to a 10. Nos gets speed, footwork, and stamina all to level up. Tanaway, counter up to a 9. Well, here is our intake for the year, and we've got 8 members in the Academy this time. Full group, 8 of 8. We're at 3rd tier of 4. really close to actually working on that fourth and final upgrade. As for current levels, everybody's between a 3 and a 4. Progression on the season, one of those 4s, Cohen Jr., already a 0.18 and has already advanced into a 4. So he's progressing pretty quickly right now. In terms of maturity, we do have 2 early bloomers. Just 2 early bloomers for minimum potential. Good, top, good, world class, good and good. For world class, we're talking about the potential to break into the top 10, win titles, and be a Grand Slam contender, which is that second tier, like Igna. So Maria Selekmateva, or Sela, Maria Sela, right? Standard on maturity, and then world class and aggressive baseliner. That's your key player right there. Training focus. Focus on the physicals for her. Try to get her a little bit ahead in that. She's only a 3.75 right now, but I think she's our Tanaway replacement, most likely. Everybody else, we got a top player, top 30, but late bloomer. So I think Sela's the only one we bother with. Tanaway asking for a renegotiation. We need to keep her happy. If she's going to have any success, it's a 4% reduction. We need her successful more than we need that 4%. So I'm going to go ahead and accept that. She's asked for it a few times before, by the way. And we've got our junior Australian, Nos, unseeded for this one and gets a tough first round opponent. Potential tough, well, either way, even tougher second round opponent. It's not going to be easy for him. Balanced and has better form and gets through the first round. Okay, nice. Uni big tournament progresses through first round. Meticella loses in the opening round, so he has not progressed out of round number 1. Nos gets the 18 in round 2, though. That's going to be tough. Oh, yeah, tough draw for Meticella, the 2 seed, and nearly got past him. Oh, second round upset for Nos. This is going to help that form. 6-3, 6-1. Uni Mataraz also progressing in their tournaments. I think we needed around a 16 for Nos, and this counts. And with an easier opponent, maybe, just maybe, we can get even further. Tough match, though. We got it. We got 6-2, 7-5. Whew. Holy cow, Nos. Great run here. Tanaway out the quarters of hers, but Nos, Igna, Uni, I think Mataway, all progressing. The 3 seed in the quarterfinal. Not looking good. I have not watched Nos play, like, at all, except for, I think, his very first match. Let's see how he does. And by the way, I didn't change outfits for anybody this year. I forgot to do that. He's wearing whatever he's wearing. Okay, that's Chen. That's her opponent. There's his outfit. Now, all the new sponsor contract stuff I did not update in the locker room after. Gave away the first point by hitting the net, though. I'm going to try to take this one pretty quickly. I don't think I want to go full speed on this. Like I said last season, my emphasis really has shifted towards rapid development. Chen's looking pretty tough at the moment, though. Looking real tough.
Game. First game.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
15 low.
From here, that looks in. From here, that looks in. On the live court view, it certainly did not. It looked wide. Hey, we got our game back, though. Alright, let's speed it up. I got to see 2 games. Hey, we upset him and got the break, and are up 3-1. Without form. That's the funny thing here. It's without form. We're up 5 games, too. 40 love. Set point. Ace. Nos just won the first set.
Second set.
It's freaking awesome. Oh, and we break him immediately to open set 2. Hold serve. Chance to break again. Oh, couldn't pull it off. We still go up 3-1 anyway. Talk about a momentum swing, huh? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So many advantages for each of them. But now we're playing from behind. We're going to go 5-all. Let's slow down.
4, second set. Out. 15,
Oof, just
40.
long and 15-40. It's break point.
4, second set.
But not a set point. As we're at 5 games all.
40.
Easy winner there from Chen. Both players are stressed, by the way. Can I fix that now?
Game.
Oh, nice. Got the game 6-5. We are...
Love 15.
Yeah, we need to relax a little bit. Like, take it easy?
Love 30.
Nope. No change.
4,
Ooh, and down love 30. That one just caught the back edge of the line. And I feel like we were standing there, but I was also looking here. So I wasn't paying close enough attention. Down love 40. We're going to give this game away. This would have been for the set. It looks like we're headed for a tiebreaker. Ooh, nice there. Staying alive. Whoa, we're bearded now.
Out. 30, 40. Fold. Second set.
By the way, the Russian Federation offered me to manage the U19s for the next couple of years, and now it is heading for the tiebreaker. I turned that down, even though it would have been awesome. How many times have we had a wide ball then get placed more inside after? A ball that's clearly an inch or two wide, and then the ball mark shows, oh, no, wait, hold on. By the way, it's catching the edge of the line. It's happened a couple times already. The animation's off. That one's definitely out, though. And we trail. That's out, though. Back level again. Much too much loft on our balls so far, but we've somehow come through that and found ourselves. Does that count as a forced winner? That had enough on it. Normally would be a winner, but then he was able to reach it, but then he hit it long, and I'm not sure that that was unforced. I'm thinking that was more of a forced error type. It's always a fine line in between those, but 3-all. He's attacked the net, and that's poorly played. That one could also go down as forced, but I don't know. That fine line in between the two, right? Drop shot. Oh, that's definitely a forced error. And we're in a little bit of trouble, but luckily a very unforced error has gotten us 1 point back, and we've got serve here, so I think we really have to win this point. This point is critical to the set. Ball into the net, and Nos is going to probably lose the set now. 4-6. It's set point. And we're on the back foot. Very much on the back foot. Got there, but easy winner after. And called it. 1-all on the set counter, but the better player is on the other side of the net. Alright, let's speed it up the first about 4 games, see where we're at. Came from behind to hold serve, but then he just hammered us. Came from behind multiple times, a bunch of advantages, finally got a winner, 2-1. Better that time, but still easily gave it up, 2-all. Again, gave it away so many times, had so many opportunities, but we quickly dropped, and we're in a lot of trouble here, down 4-3. If we lose this one, I think we're losing the match. So critical, well, a few points here. That's why. Deuce. Got a shot here.
Fold. Second set.
On the front foot, but didn't pull back to the right. Now we do, but we'd already given him time to recover. He's got really good footwork. Really fast player. Wide. Long. Advantage. Break point. We can draw a level. We can draw a level, and then we'll have serve. That's a winner. No, how in the world did he reach that?
Deuce.
And how do we not reach that long floated ball that hung up there for an eternity? Nos.
Fold. Second set.
Nos. Nos, 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 nos. That's all I can say.
Game. 5 games.
Well, that's it. I think Chen's going to win this thing. We take the game, at least to stay alive, but down 5-4. Not impossible, but just that was the game that felt like it was going to decide it. We looked legit like we could break this, but we were up 15-40 and all of a sudden we trail. He's got match point.
Game and 6 games.
And the unforced error ends it. Chen wins. Quarterfinal loss, but that's a good spot to be in. And I think we've already made some progress on goals. A couple $1,000 for that, for one thing. Igna, semifinal win. Uni losing in the semis, but that's another deep run. Madaras, a semifinal win. This is a good tournament week for this team. Madaras losing the final, but Igna, I think that's her first title. Igna also gets her anticipation up to an 8 this week. Menicella timing up to an 8. There was that last 7 up to an 8 for him. Uni serve consistency to an 11. And that was a 500 level tournament for Uni with a semi-final loss, 22,800. Nice little bonus pay there. And a good opportunity for me to jump into the Youth and Scouting Center and spend 350,000 on a 3% bonus for progression in youths and juniors. It's also going to max out that youth academy, meaning we're going to get really, really good prospects. You know, as if we aren't doing that already. Oh, that's 10.5K in monthly expenses though for that one. Man, I don't want to do that. That one doesn't come with a bonus. This one does, and the expenses aren't anywhere near as bad. But it's an extra 250K up front. Okay, you know what? I'm going to stay away from that one for now. I'm just not into spending that kind of money. We have improves downtime bonus and improves recovery time bonus. These are both good. We're going to take care of a cheap muscle care room at this point. Finally, Nos has form. Uni, the one who just had a good 500 level tournament and is suddenly unhappy. And in terms of that satisfaction on goals, team's looking pretty good. Menicella, the only one who's not hitting at least some of his goals already. Great development week for Igna, bringing up footwork, stamina, and focus. Madaras gets return up. Nos gets serve spin, forehand, and backhand consistencies. Nos, his first 300 level tournament this week. He is an 8 seed. He's also 23rd in the rankings now after that strong performance. Menicella is here, but he's still 53rd in the rankings, and he's been drawn against the 14th ranked 6 seed of this tournament. That's going to be difficult for him. We're looking at balanced and better form. So Nos, what can you do? You can get out of the first round. Uni, number 9 in the world. As she also added another half star, even though we only leveled up just a little bit. But we made the push to be a 3-star talent. I can't believe we're at number 9 in the world. Pro at 3 stars. It's just crazy. Good strong mentals, good strong physicals, and the right playstyle. She's doing it. She still has a 9 on that surf power. Not too many 10s left though, so we're starting to really push 11s and 12s. So I'd say this is about an 11 for average now. But yeah, that shouldn't be performing to the level it is. But hey, I'll take it. Tanaway, 2nd tier, first round exit. Menicella, 300 level, first round exit. He's losing some form at the moment, and Nos is suddenly outperforming him and ranked above him. Can we get out of the second round? Yes, just 6-3, 6-4. Uni also progressing, balanced, Victor, and Uni also through the round of 16, but losing in the quarters. 3 sets. This was 1K, 32,000. It's the number 2 player in the juniors, though. For the semis for Nos, this is going to be incredibly difficult. We have better form, but we've been hammered. At least we avoided the double bagel. Anisimova, by the way, I watched the semis. Phenomenal. Loved her play. Great underdog story. And great performance. Unlucky on the finals, though. I could see the signs at the tail end of the semis when she struggled to finish the match off. Mentally, she definitely was getting in her head and having to like calm herself down and refocus, and then did just enough to finish it off. So I wasn't surprised that her first ever final was going to be the way it turned out, but disappointed for her that it ended up being a double bagel and getting, love six, just getting hammered. But Nos just did that here. That's rough. Definitely not in the league of the top juniors at this stage. Tanaway had a back-to-back for first-round exits, but our other three competing this week are all through the first couple of rounds. Uni out in the round of 16, but Mataras and Igna continue on to the semis, where Igna will play in the final and win it. So a second tournament victory for Igna in short succession. Nos gets backhand up to a 9, agility up to an 11, Meticella return and drop shot to an 11 and 9. Anticipation for Tanaway up to a 9. Uni's round of 16 exit for the 1K Dubai tournament. Another 21,000. We're up to 378 already. Recovering what I just spent pretty much, right? US, of course, doesn't have to go through qualifiers as one of the top ranked countries in the world, but in the qualifiers, Nos has been selected for Russia. I think he's currently their 4th best player. They've got 3 2-star guys, and then he comes in as the top 1.5-star guy, 4th best out of everybody. And he played in the doubles, where they won their match 6-3, 7-6. Well, this is the very first time that this has happened, but it looks like Nos and Menicella could be heading to a second round head-to-head. Nos, the 3 seed, and Menicella both have pretty favorable matches. Let's see if they get a chance to play each other. Now, at 300, it's not like you have a bunch of options, so we are trying to get in there. Nos has won, and so has Menicella. They will play each other. And Nos, despite being a weaker player still, comparatively, yes, he is progressing much faster, but he's got better form right now, and I think that's a key difference. He's beaten Menicella 6-3, 6-1. Pretty comfortable, 60% of points, 21 points ahead at the end of the day on that one. Winners was only a +1, but unforced errors was a +8. Forced errors, a +13. Really solid right there. And Menicella was really poor trying to win points on second serves, and especially with break points. We almost found ourselves exiting in the very next round, but we come from behind. Tiebreakers in each of the first 2 sets. We lose the first one, but we win the second. And 6-love. Comfortable third set. Took control. Igna also making a deep run through the quarters. It looks like I'm going to need to bump her up to 100 level, but her skill level really isn't very great. She's just found form. So in that case, I think I'm going to just keep riding that wave, let it help her rank, and then when the time comes, we'll just train like crazy towards the end of the season. Semis, it's the 1 seed and number 4 ranked player, probably going to be an exit. For Nos, closer than I expected, but it is a loss. Igna through the semis, and she wins it. That's her 3rd win already. Uni, +1 to anticipation, a 16 now. Menicella gets +1 to backhand, a 9. Mataras gets underspin and tactical skills, both in double digits. I'm going to go ahead and send Igna onto the 3rd tier, 100 level. Mataras does not have the same success rate, but I'm just feeling bold. We're going to do the same for him as well. Only 2 members active this week. Tanaway, another first round exit. She's on a bad run. She's lost, I think, first round 3 times in a row. Uni only made the second round this time. That was her weakest performance of the year so far. Igna, serve, spin, and volley. I trained tactics and mental this week for the young players. Mataras gets serve, spin, and speed. So not even what we were training. Nos, no gains. Menicella, anticipation +1. Tanaway, no gains, and no gains for Uni. Uni, that was a 500 level tournament. It's about 10k. 200 level. Nos, a 1 seed for this tournament. has not had any major success this year. I'm going to, here in a moment, I think at the end of this week, I'm going to check in. Yeah, I barely survived that first round. Our opponent was plus 30 winners against us. But everybody getting their first round successes here. But Uni out in round number 2 of, I think, a 1K. It is 12,000 for that. Second round success. Same with Madaras. Igna this time out in round number 2. Ooh, just squeaking out the win in round number 3. Behind on winners, but we are just keeping things so much cleaner than our opponents. And finally, our first upgrade is done for the year. Balneotherapy room. And we're out in the quarters. Oh, sorry, not quarters. That was semis. Madaras also losing in the semis. He's going to be done with 60 level here soon. I'm moving both Madaras and Igna up to the 3rd tier in the next period. The only game this week was Uni and her last single digit, her serve power, now a 10. Uni's going to have some tough lessons now. Her first early exit of a tournament all year sees her super disappointed. Her form absolutely collapses from maximum to minimum in one tournament. From beaming to correct on her morale. Just like that. One loss. And it's just gone. Tadaway was already slipping. Nos. One early loss and his form drops by half. Madaras has had a few losses. A few early exits. He's been slipping bit by bit. This is not good. Nobody has excellent form. Everybody's in a little bit of trouble. We're at the end of March, facing some challenges. Tadaway out in the first round. Uni at least does still win her first round match. Muscle care room is complete. Menachella, Uni both moving on. Menachella out in the round of 16, but Uni surviving. Round of 16 loss for her. Should help with that form, but she's ranked so high now that I think anything other than quarter or semifinal losses might hurt her form. And that's the end of the period for the hard season. 104 in the rankings for Igna. Nice little climb there. 3 tournament wins. Very deep runs throughout. Madaras, not quite as dominant. Only 1 tournament win, but also very good form. They're both increasing rapidly. Up to 132nd in the rankings. Nos jumps to number 12, up 36 spots without even winning a tournament. But good form. Menachella going the opposite direction. Only 5 wins from 11 matches in 6 tournaments. And the form has really only just dipped, just gotten bad. Menachella, a little frustrating right now. He is not anywhere near where he wants to be. Tadaway, despite her complications, she's climbing. 1, we're in the 2nd tier, worth more points than what she was doing a year ago in the 1st tier. So, small wins add up to a good amount of points. Enough to have her climbing at least a little bit and approaching that top 500. Uni, up another 2 spots and looking great, and suddenly not. She was doing so well. Good record, performing well, tons of points, tons of prize money, and all of a sudden the group is just collapsing. Training reports, Igna, speed and agility up. Madaras, counter and drop shot. Balance for Nos. Tadaway gets her speed up to a 10, finally. Uni, backhand up to an 11. No, not. Almost to a 12, actually. Just really close. Uni's pay, 28,000 for that round of 16 exit. Have we done enough to secure a 3rd star? Not quite. Not quite. Still at 2.5. The team at 3.5. That was already there last year. Scouting was 1.5. That's the same. But training has gone from 2.5 to a 3. Medical has gone from a 2 to a 2.5. So we've brought up a half star in each of these areas, but not enough to bring up the whole academy by a half star. We've got a little ways to go on that one. And there was a 3-star ahead of us. There is no longer. Everybody's at 3.5. Right? Everett was just 3 stars last I checked. That is going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.